My name is Seralyn Campbell, and I'm the Chief Promotions Officer for a company called VReS, based in Tokyo, Japan. And just here to talk about our project today. So VReS, what is VReS? VReS is a combination of VR and esports. And we will be the world's first decentralized gaming platform. And super exciting for me as a gamer to talk about this. So, next slide, please. Sorry, I don't have the clicker. Someone else is doing the clicker. Thank you. So it's basically the concept is to bring VR, or to bring esports into the VR world, utilizing the technologies of the blockchain and smart contracts based on Ethereum. Next. Thank you. Sorry, it's a little awkward when I'm not holding the clicker. So VReS is a future platform with a near future launch date. And VR is often touted as being the future, but we really have some concrete ideas about how to implement this into a very usable and profitable platform. So there's 4 major aspects to what our company is doing. There's a multi-device matching system, a tournament system, a betting system, and a viewer system. So first, I'm going to talk about the multi-device matching system. So currently, whenever gamers want to link up and have matches, they have to rely on a terribly time-consuming, inefficient, frustrating-to-use process based on a peer-to-peer platform. However, with our system, everything is backed up by blockchain technology, and people are able to negotiate matches easily and quickly with players from all over the world. It happens instantaneously. And for those of you who do any gaming, you can really appreciate how much stress this takes out of your life. We're able to do it by automatic matching, selective matching by active users, and furthermore, you can actually enter the VR chat space. And aside from having conversations with people about the matches, you can negotiate like terms, and you can even set bets, which is really interesting. Because anytime that there's any sort of competition going on, people are going to want to put bets on it. Hey, I bet you $20 I'll be able to beat you in this game. And until now, there's been no way to keep that like accountability. It's just the person's going to lose the match and disappear and not pay. So what we've done is we've integrated in smart contracts that make that possible to add transparency and to handle the accountability. So the players will use the VReS tokens, and they'll put them up, enter the match, and when the match is finished, the winner automatically gets doled out the tokens through the Ethereum-based smart contracts. So that's our multi-device matching system. And next, I'd like to talk about our tournament system. So there's 4 major types of tournaments that we offer. And the first is the official tournament, which is hosted by VReS. The second are sponsored tournaments, which are held by major companies, corporations, and sponsors. Third is the user tournaments, and this is really interesting because as a gamer, this is something that we've always wanted to do but have not been able to do, and I'll explain more about that in a moment. Lastly, we have the ranking tournaments, where the information is recalled from match history stored in the blockchain to allow people to gain official ranks based on where they stand. And to go back to the user system, so this is some examples of the tournaments. Like if you're just a typical player and you're thinking, hey, I want to join a tournament. So this is a screen that you might be able to see. So, here's an official tournament held in game A. Here is a sponsored tournament held in game B. It's pretty streamlined and easy to do. There's really no system currently like this. It may seem simple, but for those of you who don't game, this doesn't exist. So it's a big thing to be able to bring this sort of utility and usability directly to the user. Next slide, please. So the user system I mentioned, which is something that's really close to my own heart here, is basically users are able to host their own tournaments without the need for an officiator or a sponsor. So what they're going to actually do is they're going to start a smart contract. And although that sounds complicated, because I don't know how to do that, it's actually just a matter of some drop-down boxes and some clicking options. It's quite simple to do. So someone is going to start that smart contract and put up their own VReS tokens as the stakes. And then other users are going to see that in the screen that I showed you guys previously. And they're going to put up their tokens and agree to the conditions. And if for some reason that all the conditions aren't met, maybe there's not enough players, or for whatever reason it's canceled, everyone's tokens will be automatically returned to them. However, if everything goes as planned, the tournament is held, the winner is determined, and because of the smart contract system, all of the prize pots are delivered automatically, securely, and quickly directly to the winners. So next, I want to mention the betting platform. Now, currently, whenever people want to place bets online, it's really just one person's word against the other. There's nothing to hold people accountable to the bets that they make, which is where our betting platform comes in with the use of VReS tokens. You put your bet down with the tokens, and the odds are calculated based on information stored in the blockchain. For example, this player has done really well, so you're going to get a lower rate based on their winning, as opposed to someone who's not so skilled or doesn't have a good match history, which you would get a greater rate of return on, which again is all stored in the blockchain and verifiable for anyone to see at any time. So once the matches have been finished and the winner's determined, the smart contracts see everyone paid correctly and instantaneously. Next slide. Next slide, please. Well, the next slide will come in a minute, but I'll go ahead and start talking about it. This is the thing that I get the most excited about, which is the viewer system. Because as a gamer, this concept is just, to me, it's really innovative and interesting and amazing. Any clue why the slide's not going there? Okay, well, anyway, the viewer system is really interesting because currently there's a huge spectatorship for esports. There's 5.5 million esports players already, and the spectatorship is significantly larger than that. However, whenever people want to watch and spectate these esports, they're forced to do it on a 2D screen and from the perspective that the announcers wish them to. It isn't very interesting. It isn't very engaging. So we believe that once we've integrated our viewer system, which allows users to actually go into the physical space of where the game is taking place and to be able to watch the game from any angle. Imagine the possibilities of this. If this was traditional soccer, you might ride on the shoulder of your favorite player. You know, you might attach yourself to the foot of your favorite, goalie or something. It's a truly innovative technology. So maybe you hover over the team of your favorite team as they exit the jungle and attack the enemy, and you get excited because you're right there with them. And because you're so invested in this situation, you're more likely to do betting and further increase the flow of the VReS tokens. You're also able to tip the players or your favorite teams with tokens. Throw down, hey guys, here's $20, I'm rooting for you, that kind of stuff, it's frequently seen on the Twitch platform. If you guys are familiar, if we have any gamers, it's basically a similar situation to that, but using crypto. Okay. So, looks like we skipped one. Go back one slide, please. So why do we need VReS? Well, or did I already go over that? Okay, well, we'll just go for this, that's fine. So the reason that we believe VReS tokens value will rise, there's 4 main reasons. The first is avatar customization. And it's a bit of a convoluted word, but what it really means is when players enter their game space, to be able to control how they look. And although there's plenty of games that offer that, and there's it may not seem like it's something that people would get that excited about, but it's actually the single biggest revenue maker for game companies. They drop their game, they make game sales, they're static. It's good, but the continuing flow of revenue comes from people trying to make the character their own, to customize that. Okay? So then we have the tournament prize money and the esports betting, which are both utilizing our own VReS tokens. And because the flow of these tokens is going back and forth for the betting and the tournaments consistently, we believe that the value will rise. But mostly, the most important thing is our buyback system. And this is something I'm really proud to tell you guys about, because it is completely unlike any of the systems that are currently out there for crypto. So if you want to buy crypto, let's say Bitcoin, for example, everyone knows Bitcoin. If you want to buy crypto, what you have to do is you have to sign up to an exchange, you have to get something in the mail, you have to confirm your identity, scan your passport. It's a huge hassle. However, when it comes to things like gaming, the things that are the most successful are the things that are simple and easy. You can sit down, plug in your system, and start playing. And we want the ability to buy the VReS tokens to be the very same experience. So what we're doing is we're allowing people to log into our website, to register their credit card, and to buy our tokens directly and instantly, and be able to use them. So, oh, hey, there's a tournament in 1 hour. I can actually acquire VReS tokens for the first time, sign up for that tournament, and compete in that tournament all within inside an hour. And that's not something that any other crypto company is able to offer. And I'm very proud to say that we've got that system under control. So this is our roadmap. We're doing our token sales in the month of June, basically the whole month of June. We're going to have an exhibition at the Tokyo Game Show, so you can really get a feel for how this feels to use this product. We've got our beta testing going on at the end of this year, and our first game launch, it says Q4, it's slated to be released in November of this year, which will be followed directly by our second game release, which will be in January. And I want to reiterate that the titles that we're creating are unlike any that are currently out for VR. VR is a wondrous and beautiful technology that everyone can clearly see has grand utility and chance for profitability and monetization. However, it's just currently not being taken advantage of. And we see that space, and we want to slice that pie. So basically, this is our corporate team. And as I said, we're based in Tokyo, Japan, but we have an international team. But further than what you see here, we have a team of over 20 developers working hard to finish coding our coin and working on developing our games. We're also working with some major Chinese game developers to make sure that these games have polish and are as refined as they can be, using market research. Get the next one, please. And these are our partners. So these companies have been integral in helping us get to where we are today, which is the status of having already reached our $5 million soft cap. But we're always looking for more. So if you're interested to become a partner, please reach out to us. We do have a booth on the main stage, or the main floor rather. We're happy to answer any further questions you have, to do any sort of detailed things you might have. VReS is for all gamers, and yeah, thank you very much for your time.